Blessings to everyone. When we have questions, we get answers in many ways. But the best answer is when we have the answer from Jesus. Now, if you read Matthew 4, it is a section where Jesus is going through the temptation. Chapter 4, verse 1, it says, Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. So we have a model on how to face temptation. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Afterwards, he was hungry. Verse 3, it says, When the tempter came to him and said, If you are Son of God, command these stones to become bread. Yes, Jesus could make those stones to bread. Yes, there was a need for having bread. It is not something where, a luxury item. It was a necessity. But see the response of Jesus. Jesus, in chapter 4, verse 4, it says, And he answered and said, It is written. Lesson number 1. His answer was from the Word of God. He actually claimed or spoke Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. Jesus knew the Word of God. So we need to know the Word of God and the application of it, and our responses should be the Word of God. It needs to naturally come. That should be our relation with the Word of God. And then it says, Man shall not live by bread alone. He quoted the verse. But by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Remember, more than physical needs, spiritual needs are more important. Doesn't mean that physical needs are not required. Jesus said, Man shall not live by bread alone. So bread is also required. But what was that? Here Jesus is trying to teach us or make us understand you cannot have physical need by compromising spiritual need. Because at that point, a father commanded him to make the stone to bread. That is a different thing. But everything, he did the will of God. Because John 4 verse 34, Jesus himself said, For me is to do the will of him who sent him to finish his work. Philippians 2:8, it says, Jesus was obedient to the point of death. Even our physical needs, how desperate it is. We need to be sure it is done according to the guidance. We are not breaking any principles of the Word of God. We are obedient, we are humble, we are waiting. This is a beautiful example. Physical needs should not be at the cost or compromise the spiritual standards. So let us live on every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Where do you find the word? In the Word of God. So let's be students of the Word of God. God bless you.